So they tell you to go no contact, they tell you to journal, and they tell you that it all gets better. And you know what? I know that I have said this also in my videos, but what they don't tell you is that recovery from narcissistic abuse isn't a straight line. It's confusing, it's lonely, and sometimes you even doubt yourself and you doubt your own reality. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the truth of what is going on and about what nobody tells you about. I don't know, I haven't seen this in any of the videos. The emotional terrain and when you're in it. So if you're in it, you can start healing for real and stop blaming yourself. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. Now, one of you subscribers, had really suggested this video for me, and I'm so happy to be making it. What is it about narcissistic abuse that people don't tell you about? That they omit, that they skip? They tell you what you've got to do, but you know what? It's not like what they say. And it isn't what really is going on. And I really wanted to kind of unpack that in this video to kind of like look at like what is it about? Why is it so difficult and so challenging to get over narcissistic abuse? I mean, for God's sake, like it's only like a breakup from someone. And I feel like no one actually says, you know, this isn't just a breakup. This is more than that. You know what? You feel it. You understand it. And you're like, well, why does no one ever really talk about what really is going on? But that's what I really wanted to do in this video today, is kind of unpack that, look at what really is happening and why you miss them, why you keep thinking about them, and this trauma bond as well, like added to that is this trauma bond. It's not, do you know what, like a lot of people say, oh, it's you're feeling like this because of this trauma bond. It's not just that. There's so many other things, there's so many other elements to it, and that's what I really want to kind of explore in this video today. So let's be real, you're probably missing them, okay? You're probably really like wanting to speak to them. That isn't a failure. Do you know what? That's actually really normal. And yes, that person that hurt you, you're missing them. That fact alone can send you into shame. I've seen it time and time again. Why do I miss someone that's abused me? Why do I miss them at all? I know who they are. I know what they've done. Like, why am I even missing them? It means that you're a human being. It means that that you have a heart, you have emotions, you feel them. What you have to remember, okay, is that narcissistic abuse is bonded through trauma. Your nervous system associated love and that person, that's the connection, yeah? And even when it was painful, you still loved them. And what they don't tell you is, okay, listen to this, is that missing them is part of the detox. It doesn't mean that you want them back. It means that your body is recalibrating. So what I'm going to say to you is this: let yourself grieve. Let yourself cry over the fantasy of what shoulda, woulda, coulda been, of who you thought that you were going to be, like your future self, the future of this relationship. It's a grieving, because everything that you were promised didn't materialize, didn't happen. And that's part of it. It's a very big part of it. And I think a lot of people skip over this and don't really talk about how important this whole aspect is. Whether that's a family member, whether that's a romantic partner, whether it's a sibling or whether it's at work. Each of this, what these types of individuals tend to do is to project a future that doesn't actually happen. And that is the issue. Let's talk about the loneliness. That hits different. They don't tell you how lonely it gets. You're not just losing them, you're losing the illusion that they created. And this, my friends, this is where this is very much about the trauma bond. It's the pretense. It's the person that you thought they were. And in your mind, what you're missing is you're thinking, oh, you know what, like, I can't believe I've let such a good person go, but why did they do this? Why did they do that? I can't believe that, this person is so wonderful. We clicked, we got on, but yet they did this to me. So your brain struggles to kind of regulate and understand that. It's the missing of the version of the life that you thought that you were building. You thought you were on this path, but it wasn't that at all. The future you imagined, that you were told you were going to have. And, I'm sure that a lot of you probably hear, from friends and family, like, move on already. Why are you still thinking about them? Why are you still talking about them? I know your friends or your family might even get frustrated with you talking about them. And I've heard this a lot as well in client work, where you might even doubt yourself and think, yeah, I should be really getting on. Do I still love them? Do I still miss them? What's going on for me? Like, there's the confusion in all of this. The loneliness isn't just social, it's also spiritual. You're redefining who you are. You're learning how to exist without them, without the shrinking, without the apologizing, or without the chasing. That space that you're in, my friends, that quiet, this is where the new you is emerging. And this is why it's very important for you to sit in this. And I know it's not comfortable. Like, I know it is not comfortable, and it's one of the worst feelings because you feel so alone, no one understands, and you're like, how am I ever going to get over this? But please sit with it. Please go through this. You need to. It's part of the journey. And those of you that are watching this video who have gone through this, please leave a comment, in the comments below, just to kind of provide some value, to provide that actually, you know what, you are going to get through this. This is something that you are going to move through, and it is going to be okay. This is something for those of you just to offer like some words of encouragement, because, okay, it's one thing like me talking about it, and then it's another when someone else kind of says it, but it's true. You will move through this and you will get through it. But this part that you are in right now is where you kind of have to be for the time being. Your voice is coming. Hold on that little bit longer. The other thing that they don't tell you about is that your identity might collapse. No one prepares you for the identity collapse. You spent months trying to please, trying to adapt, trying to be this person, trying to run around, make this person feel happy, just be like so they're content, and now it's gone. So you don't have to do that anymore. You might not know who you are anymore. You might not know what you like. You might feel like a shell of a person that you used to be. This is normal. This is numbness. It's not the end. It's just the beginning. It's the rebirth. It's a pause, and it's a sacred pause of that person that you were built for survival. Okay? Can you see that you were someone completely different? You were turning into someone completely different than who you actually are. So that's why lots of people come in and say, oh, I don't even know who I am. I don't recognize who I am anymore. I'm a shell of my former self. Like, I don't know who I am. But that's because what you were doing is you were in survival mode. So what you have to do right now is let it all fall apart, because you're not in survival mode anymore. Sometimes that breakdown is the actual breakthrough. The other thing is that no one talks about is that the triggers can actually be embarrassing. You'll get triggered. You will get triggered along this journey. I'm not going to paint a picture here where it's like, oh yeah, a couple of months this and you're going to be fine. You are going to get triggered, and you will get triggered like further on. You might be a text, it might be something that you see, might be something that you smell, anything sensory. It's going to trigger you. But what's happening is because your body is associating those things, those stimuli that are in your environment with danger. Even if someone is being nice to you, it could seem like a trigger. Or kindness with manipulation. So you become so scattered in your thoughts that you don't know you feel confused because you don't know what's going on. And what it is a trauma-informed response. That's what's happening. It's because that was you in survival mode. So when this happens, like out of that context, you then go in again into survival mode, and you re-trigger that response within yourself, only to protect yourself. But what they don't tell you is that healing isn't linear, and healing isn't about avoiding triggers. It's about learning to hold them. And the goal here is never to get triggered again. It's about to understand what they are and be able to adapt your response to them, knowing how to self-soothe, knowing and understanding what you have to do in order to be able to cope with that in that moment. So you become anchored and the triggers don't affect you to that level. So you'll outgrow people who you thought were likely to stay. Yeah, you're going to change your friends. You're going to change the people that are around you. Because what happens is you are becoming a new version of yourself. You're becoming and you're understanding things differently. Those things that mattered to you before are not going to matter now. You raise your standards. And that's the thing. Energetically, emotionally, and spiritually, you're not at the same level as them. And that's the thing. You're not going to be at the same level as you were before. You'll begin to see who really fits and who doesn't. People who you thought were safe, who were kind, who were nice, who were your people, they no longer feel aligned. You'll see the red flags sooner, and you'll stop explaining yourself so much. And you know what? You'll stop saying sorry for no reason. This can be painful, but it's also really powerful. So narcissistic abuse doesn't just change the way you see these people, your friends, your ex-friends. It changes the way that you see everybody, because a new version of you emerges through. Suddenly, peace becomes more attractive than usual, and silence becomes a sanctuary, not a thief. You're not becoming cold, okay? You're not becoming isolated and cold from others. You're just becoming clearer. That's what happens. You become clear on what it is that you want, because you know what? For the first time in your life, you now stand up for yourself. You now understand that you matter, that your needs and values matter. And lastly, what I wanted to kind of say here is that your progress won't feel like progress. Yes, my friends, they don't tell you this. Some of your days, okay, will look like not texting back, crying in the car and blaming yourself, saying no and feeling sick after that you've said that, and resting when you used to feel self-abandoned. It won't always look like you're empowered, don't always feel strong. But these acts, these things that you do, these are new foundations. A new you is emerging through. It's the invisible progress that no one claps for. Yes, my friends, that's exactly what's going on. So here's what they don't tell you. The recovery, the unraveling, the becoming, this is all sacred. Could feel scary in that moment, could feel really challenging, like you're not going to get through it. You might even feel like you're going backwards. You might even feel like you're never going to heal from this person. It's not easy. It's not instant. You're not going crazy. You're not broken. You're not too sensitive. And the list goes on. You're not any of those things that you're thinking. What this is a becoming of you. You have to let your nervous system settle, because that's what it is. You've been in that survival mode for too long, and you've been floating up there. You need to be able to ground. You need to land, and that's what is happening. You're landing. You are healing, but no one tells you about these things that are going to happen to you, and it's okay. It's absolutely okay. And take this video as confirmation that actually you will move through this, you will get through this, and you will heal. If you are someone that you are going through this or this resonates with you, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below for more details. I do go live on this channel once a week, so do check the community tab for more details on this channel. If you have liked this video and it's resonated with you, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.